Hey everyone, Marco here, and today I want you to think of me as your dedicated content hacking buddy who is about to save you massive amounts of time. I'm here to show you a powerful new system for stopping the endless drain of hours spent on tiny, repetitive tasks like drafting captions, chopping video clips, and manually scheduling every single post. We are building a streamlined workflow that fiercely maintains your brand consistency, dramatically increases the volume of clips you can push out, and actually frees up your creative energy for more long-form content. The best part is that this process requires absolutely no crazy tech skills. It just needs a couple of smart tools, a small initial setup, and yeah, Vizard is going to be the main engine driving this efficiency. So first, let's get some context. If you manage a heavy social presence across platforms like Twitter, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, you constantly find yourself rewriting similar captions and hunting for those perfect shareable moments. What we are aiming for is one central system where you input your unique tone, your visual look, and your required hashtags, and then the system simply begins to produce content for you consistently. The immediate payoff is significant. You gain undeniable brand consistency, you achieve much greater publishing speed, and crucially, you reduce the day-to-day burnout creators often face. Step 1 in setting this up involves creating a dedicated project folder specifically for all your ongoing social content needs, which should be named something obvious for easy retrieval later. Inside that primary project, you need to consolidate everything that truly defines your brand identity, including your logo file, a brief brand guide outlining voice and colors, and examples of past winning posts. If you don't have a formal document prepared yet, just drop a very simple text file containing concise instructions like keep it concise, a little witty, 2 to 3 main points, always end with a CTA. Seriously, taking the time to create that basic text file alone will save you an astonishing amount of tedious back and forth revision time with any AI tool you might use. Now here is where most people overcomplicate the initial setup. You absolutely do not need 50 different prompts. What you need is one single prompt that is robust, comprehensive, and completely repeatable for every piece of content. A truly golden template prompt looks something like this. Write a short social caption for platform about topic, keep it punchy, use 2 to 3 bullet points, include our digital marketing and #AI in marketing, use brand tone, casual professional, colors, dark brown, light brown, white, and end with a CTA asking for comments or a free demo. That singular, perfectly crafted prompt then becomes your golden, repeatable template that you use as the foundation for all future content generation tasks. So why are we focusing on Vizard for this? Because it excels at 3 specific functions that truly matter for creators aiming for high volume without sounding like generic, soulless bots. First, its auto-editing feature intelligently finds the most viral-worthy moments in your long-form videos and transforms them into ready-to-post short-form clips automatically. You no longer have to waste time scrubbing through 30 minutes of footage just to locate that one single shareable sentence that you know is in there somewhere. Second, the auto-schedule function allows you to set exactly how frequently you want content posted across your networks, and Vizard will handle the queuing and publishing for you seamlessly. This means you never have to worry about manually updating a separate content calendar or remembering when the optimal time to post something actually is ever again. Third, the dedicated content calendar user interface lets you tweak details, reschedule posts, and preview everything across every platform in one single organized view. But let's be clear, I'm not saying every other tool is completely useless. For example, tools like Competitor A are perfectly solid for simple single-platform scheduling, but they fundamentally do not offer auto-editing capabilities. Then you have a tool like Competitor B, which might handle templates well, but it becomes prohibitively expensive and terribly clunky when you try to scale content consistently across 5 different platforms. So yes, you can definitely stitch multiple separate tools together, but that approach inevitably costs you significant time, wastes money, and creates an unnecessary managerial headache. Vizard's real strength is that it pulls those 3 essential functions, editing, scheduling, and unified viewing, into one much smoother operational loop designed specifically for creators demanding consistency. Let's return to the project setup phase. Once your brand guide and those sample captions are saved, the next crucial step is creating a specific post template inside that project folder. You then embed that one golden prompt we discussed into this template, add your default hashtags, seriously, save these once and for all, and include a visual style note like minimalistic with light brown accents and logo placement instructions. If you happen to have the exact text color codes, drop those in, but if not, simply stating a description like use dark brown and light brown with white and black is often close enough for the system to interpret correctly. Now let's walk through a real-life application. Let's say your chosen topic is Google Ads, and the platform you are targeting for this specific post is LinkedIn. In the template, you only need to manually input those 2 variables, the topic and the platform, and then you simply hit the Create button and watch the system generate the required content. The output will be a perfectly clean caption featuring a short, powerful opening hook line, the required 2 to 3 point explanation, a clear call to action, and all your saved hashtags automatically appended at the end. Simultaneously, Vizard pulls the most relevant, high-impact segment from your original long video that thematically matches that Google Ads topic and creates a shareable clip from it. It can even look at your brand settings and suggest an appropriate thumbnail style that adheres precisely to the color palette and aesthetic you established earlier. That is pretty neat when you consider the manual effort that used to be involved, so let's quickly try another one to confirm the flexibility. This time, our topic is the complex world of AI web design, and we are specifically targeting Facebook or Meta platforms for distribution. You simply fill in those 2 template fields again, and the system instantly generates a post that honors your overall established brand voice because it has learned from your prior examples. It formats the text caption perfectly, ensures those crucial hashtags are retained across the board, and creates a new 30 to 45-second clip taken from the segment where you actually discussed building websites with AI. Finally, that newly created piece of content is immediately lined up visually on your master content calendar for review and approval before it ever goes live. One potential limitation to flag right away is that some creators demand ultra-specific output and can get annoyed if the initial generation feels a little too generic or safe. The simple fix for this is adding just one extra conditional line to your master template that says something like, if the topic is X, make sure you emphasize Y specific detail in the bullet points. The system is designed to learn quickly if you feed it small, corrective feedback. Try simple commands like, make this version funnier or tone down the marketing jargon, and watch the next outputs adjust. Also, don't underestimate the importance of your brand assets. Upload your specific logo file into the project and tell Vizard to mandate its use on every single thumbnail generated. If you need a slightly different logo variant specifically for Instagram Reels versus a more formal one for LinkedIn, upload both and give them clear, distinct names so the system knows exactly which one to deploy. That extra 5 minutes you spend making these initial asset and rule specifications will compound into saving you several genuine hours every single week going forward. Now let me be completely honest about limitations and where human oversight is still absolutely crucial for best results in any automated workflow. Auto-editing tools sometimes struggle with nuanced context. They might pull a technically great soundbite, but completely chop off the critical lead-in phrase that actually makes the joke land properly. That is precisely why a quick human scan of the generated clips remains a worthwhile investment of a few minutes, especially before publishing content for a high-stakes announcement or a major client. Furthermore, dedicated scheduling platforms sometimes retain better native analytics or deeper integration capabilities with specific advertising manager accounts, which matters if you run massive ad budgets. However, for the vast majority of organic creators focused purely on steady channel growth, minimizing manual editing, and achieving a sane, sustainable workflow, Vizard perfectly hits that operational sweet spot. Here is a little pro tip for maximizing your response efficiency. Create a completely separate response template project dedicated only to common customer interactions or common DMs. You can load a shorter prompt in there, like write a friendly cancellation follow-up email, use customer name, reference. Last interaction, offer a discount, or ask for constructive feedback, along with a few examples. Tossing those few examples into the system means you can instantly churn out highly personalized, empathetic replies in mere seconds, which is absolute gold when scaling up customer touchpoints. Another excellent pro tip involves batch processing your content ideas by taking an entire list of topics and feeding them all into the project simultaneously. For instance, you feed it a list containing Google Ads, AI web design, content repurposing, and creator workflows, and then run the golden template to generate 10 captions and 10 clips in one single command. Vizard's scheduling logic will then automatically spread those 10 pieces of content out over the coming weeks based on your defined posting frequency, say 3 times every week. Your content calendar will clearly display the entire upcoming lineup, allowing you to preview 2 weeks ahead, make a quick tweak to one caption, and then confidently hit the final publish button. This entire method truly grows channels because consistency is the undisputed king in the social media game. If your tone and visuals are constantly fluctuating, audiences stop forming strong expectations. Vizard locks in that crucial audience expectation by keeping all visuals and tone uniform, and it ensures reliable content cadence through its smart auto-scheduling capabilities. That reliable presence is exactly what signals to the ever-watching social media algorithms that your channel deserves to be noticed and promoted to a wider audience. Let me summarize the totally repeatable workflow loop in 4 clear steps. First, upload your long video source file. Second, add your saved brand guide and caption examples. Third, use your one golden prompt template to generate tailored captions for each specific social platform. Fourth, let Vizard auto-edit the top 3 most promising viral clips from the source footage. Finally, just quickly review the generated content, make minor thumbnail adjustments if necessary, and then schedule the entire batch. And just like that, you are officially done with the heavy lifting. That entire integrated workflow effectively reduces what used to be a tedious, draining afternoon of editing down to perhaps only 30 to 60 minutes of smart setup and light final quality review. If you are currently on a very tight budget and thinking about free alternatives, yes, there are certainly manual ways to hack this together, but remember that manual work directly costs you capacity to create new things. Tools that seem cheap upfront, but force you to perform constant repeat manual labor will actually end up costing you more in the long run by consuming your valuable creative energy. Conversely, expensive tools that only offer one piece of the puzzle, like just scheduling or just basic templating, still leave you juggling the rest of the essential components alone. Vizard smartly sits in that crucial middle ground. It is affordable enough for serious, growing creators, while delivering the exact core automation pieces that actually generate exponential output gains. So, that concludes the quick operational run-through. Your main actions are to set up the project, create that powerful golden prompt, upload your key brand assets, and batch generate your content for the week ahead. You are genuinely going to be amazed at how much time this process immediately gives back to you, and how noticeably consistent and professional your entire social feed begins to look. If you want me to prove this works right now, I can absolutely walk through a live example next, so just drop a link to one of your long videos in the comments, and I'll show you how I extract clips and write captions for LinkedIn, X, and Instagram using this exact system. Happy creating, everyone, and always remember this fundamental truth. Sustainable systems will absolutely win over raw hustle and brute force effort every single time you try to scale.